China, the world's second largest economy, whatever it does has an influence on the global economy. And as we know, it's now rebalancing its economy away from the triptych of infrastructure, manufacturing and export that's propelled it to prominence over the past 15 years. It's now moving its focus towards services and domestic customers. In your opinion, how successful has it been in doing this, and what would you say are the implications for global growth?
China is succeeding, but at the same time there are a couple of challenges. Let's talk about the risks first. Debt in China has been rising significantly over the last couple of years, and if you look closely at that debt, it's largely state-owned enterprises who have taken on a lot more debt than before. It's not worrying at the moment, but it is something that needs watching, and it is a risk that ultimately this will become unsustainable. A second element to consider for long-term growth in China is demographics. As we all know, China applies a one-child policy and has done so for a number of years now, and that means that population growth will decline substantially in the next 10 years, and that is a concern because population growth supports economic growth.
One of the factors of Chinese growth is the Chinese middle class, which is growing at a great speed and will have massive implications, not just for China, but for the rest of the world. So talk to me about your understanding of what's happening there.
This is exactly the big good news story about China going forward. The Chinese middle class is expected to grow to about 550 million consumers, which will have a hugely positive effect on the global economy, since for that reason consumption in China is expected to grow, we think, by 9% per annum. And just to put this in perspective, this means that an additional 90 million consumers will enter the middle class over the next 10 years, and that's obviously more than the entire UK population. I think that tells you how significant that transition of the Chinese economy and beneficial for the global economy the Chinese story actually is.